Yeah, hi, good evening. Myself Navilash. So I'm going to give the demo on the things like which we have learned like from the past few days, like in the week one and the week two. So this is the first demo I'm going to give it, and in this I'm going to cover the things like which we have learned in the at the initial 2 days. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead. I have started the recording. Yeah, fine. So I have set up the workspace. Eclipse Spring Tool Suite. So let me. So here I have done already actually the setup the entire project. My first example. So let me show you like how I had gone like by set up that render project. So to build this Spring Boot project, we need to go to the Spring Initializer. Here we have. So if we go to the Spring Initializer, so here we can see like here we have some things like project and language. So by default we have the Maven. So here Maven is a build tool, and the language we are going to work on is Java. So that is the one thing which I have selected by default. And this is the Spring Boot latest version 3.3.5, and that is a stable version. And here we need to go give the project name which we want to do, and I have given as like my first example, and here by default it is a jar, and the Java version will work on 17. And so in order to do the REST APIs, so first I'm going to give the demo on the REST APIs. So in order to know that, in order to use that, we need to have a dependency called the Spring Web. So this is the annotation where we can, by using this Spring Web annotation, we can build the RESTful applications here, as we can see here, like including RESTful applications using Spring MVC, and we can have the Apache Tomcat as well in this Apache Tomcat embedded server was also present in it. So I have selected this, and have extracted and downloaded and extracted and imported it into the workspace. So here you can see the structure where the application will start from the Spring Boot application. So this is the entry. So I'm going to explain about first about the Spring Boot application. So whenever there is a annotation Spring Boot application, so it is going to tell us like this is where the application starts loading, and by defining this annotation, so it is the Spring is going to understand like from here I'm going to load the classes. So this is the entry point of the application, and if I do declaration open it, yeah, of the Spring Boot annotation. So here I think yeah, here we are having there are other more three more than, yeah, here we can see like other three annotations present here. One is the Spring Boot configuration, the enable auto configuration, and the component scan. So these two annotations are binded with whenever we use the Spring Boot application annotation. So if you want to know about the Spring Boot configuration annotation, so this is the uh, um, like advanced version or the specialized version of the configuration. So configuration annotation we will be generally using like if there are any default classes in Java, and if you want to create an object, if you want to create a bean for that, and for that by making the class as the configuration annotation, and by using the bean annotation, so we can make the we can create the bean. So that is the advantage of it. And at the rate auto configuration is about so this is making, so this annotation is making us like it will auto configure it will auto configure the dependencies, and it will auto wire. So that is the advantage of it. And the other thing is at the rate component scan. So component scan is used like if there are if you declare a class like outside of the package, that means like not within this structure like com.example.my underscore first underscore example. So like if you not declared like this, and if you want to, if you have declared like outside of the package, and by using the at the rate component scan annotation, so it will going to identify, okay, I just need to create the objects like which are in the folder structure, package structure, and I also just need to create the packages which are like outside of the project structure. I also need to create the beans for them as well. So that is the advantage of these three annotations. So let us start giving the demo of so I think here I have declared the package name as com.example dot my first underscore example. Yeah, so okay, I'm not sure like if we put underscore here it is fine or not. Let me check with the chat GPT. Can we have a package naming like this, like com dot what I have given, dot example dot my first underscore example, example dot my underscore first underscore example. Then we have a package name. I am also like not sure like this. Let me no. I just want to know like, can we give like that or not? I think I should use only the. It's fine, but it will be running. But yes, we can have package name. But yeah, package name conventions, although underscores are allowed, they are uncommon in package names. It's generally recommended to avoid them. Yeah, like it's fine. It will is running like the application will run, but like yeah, I have also not seen anywhere. Like I don't know. Like I have given somehow that name. Okay, fine. Okay, let's continue with that only. But we'll just not to include next time. Uh, so uh, so I have, let me run the application once. Here I go and I click on the run as Java application. Let me know, let me see like whether it is recording or not. Yeah, it's recording, it's fine. Yeah, so I have just started running the application, and here we can see the like Tomcat started on port number 8. So it is the default port number that is which is going to be allocated by Spring. So yeah, so let us go and try to run this local host. So since we are running in localhost, so we need to give the localhost colon 8080. So let us try to run. So when I try to run, so I'm getting this no explicit mapping, and we got the status as 404, like not found. So like now, since like we are not declared anything, and we are not even saying like where to go exactly after the running the application, so it is not identifying like what to do exactly. So as beginning, let us try to create one HTML file, like as we have seen. Let us go to the files. Yeah, here we can give one file as index.html, and let me click on finish. Yeah, here I got it. So let me write here as hi, I'm giving demo. I'm giving demo, and let me do control S. So like since I have made changes in the application, again I need to stop it, and again I need to run it. So like to avoid this issue and to overcome, like every time whenever we do small modifications, again we need to stop the application, again we need to run. So like to avoid those conditions, we just you can have one dependency is called the like Maven dev tool dependency, where we can use this dependency, and like without stopping the application, like it will automatically reloads the entire application, and like make like the new changes will be reflected. Okay, let me now stop this application, and we'll add this. So this is the pom.xml file, where we will be having the different dependencies. And like the advantage of the Spring Boot application now over the Spring is that, so the Spring Boot has the starter dependency concept, where by using the starter dependency, we can so by using the starter, here we can see, right, like a starter web, a starter test. So like it is going to bind all the dependencies internally, like what are required for it. So like the main, so whenever like the someone asked like what is the difference between the Spring over Spring Boot. The first thing should come into our mind is Spring Boot has the starter dependency concept, and the that is the first main thing. And the second thing is it has the auto configuration, and the other thing is like it has the embedded Tomcat server. In general, actually, here we have using the Tomcat, right? But in the olden technologies, like yeah, the olden technologies, there will be we need to externally use the Tomcat, and we need to set up with the project, so it sometimes like it takes a lot of time, and we'll get the configuration issues as well. So the but Spring Boot now here is taking care for all of these things. So we just like we are not even like we are not added any Tomcat server, so by default we are getting and this is all done by just because of the Spring Boot. And here we can see like if you want to create a bean, if you want to create a bean, the Spring is going to create the bean. Here nowhere like in the pom.xml we are manually doing any configurations. So that is the major advantage of Spring Boot when it comes to the Spring. So these are the okay, let's when we go further and we'll discuss more advantages it. So we are just now try to want to add the dependency. I think this dependency which I'm going to use like was I think it is really helpful, because every time whenever we do some modifications, again we need to stop the application, and that too in every time it takes a lot of time and starting the application. Like suppose like if there is a big application, if you want to run it, and it takes a lot of time, and it does sometimes like it does not reflect well. So here I'm getting some warning. So whenever we get this warning, like Spring Boot will take care of this, but it's fine like if you put this version or not. But Spring Boot has will like default having will one version, so it is going to take care of that. If you remove also still no issue. So okay, let's now start the application. Since like we have made the changes in the pom.xml, we'll just once clean the application. So we go to the run as, and we click on the Maven build, and here we can by using this whatever I'm going to use now. So by using this things we can clean and rebuild it. So let us click on Maven clean. Let us see what is going to happen. So it is going to nothing is running actually. That's why it's not clean. Yeah, okay, it's taking some time. Okay, we got some issue like unknown life cycle beans has been specified. Might be I should use something instead of that. Okay, it's fine. Let me run as Javan, okay, Maven build, so that it will automatically okay, it is asking us, right? We have like mvn clean. Let's try to run it. It's taking some time actually to load it. Scanning, rerun the map, and I think it is unable to identify unknown life cycle phase MVN. Okay, like it's fine. We have we can do it the other way as well. Maven clean we have. Let's try to use it. Maybe it's not anything. Okay, yeah, now it got it. The build is success. Yeah, actually we have used the Maven clean. Like from here, like we have just we have not actually used any commands, but in general if you use the mvn clean, and mvn clean will clean the all the clean the entire project, and if you use the mvn package, so it is going to create the jar file for us. And if we want to run the entire application, we have one annotation mvn spring boot dot run. So we can run that way, and we can directly go here and click as run as a Java application as well. It's fine. So let us now go here and run the application. Run as Java application. Yeah, okay, here we are. We got one issue, could not find, sorry, run as Java application. We got one exception here, could not find or load main class. Why is this issue is coming? Java.lang.class not found. Okay, we have got one exception here actually. Class not found exception. Could not load or find main class. Okay, what is the reason for that? Let us try to. Okay, it might be, I think some form.xml issue might be there. We'll again once we just need to, we'll just clean the project once. Here we don't have any option, project clean. Okay, okay, here we'll go and do the clean. I think it should not come here, but yeah, let us see. Meanwhile, like we'll search once, like yes, it is showing like it is unable to load the main class. So something is restricting that to load, like it's saying like even the class not found. So my first example application is saying like not able to find it. Search. Okay, here I am doing this. Okay, here it started cleaning or not. Okay, let me do only select this and click on clean. I think is nothing is cleaning here, I think. Okay, let me, why it's not identifying. Go to runners, ambient build, map and build. Let's go to map and build. Ambient clean. And here we go run. Scanning for the projects. Saying like it is not able to identify this MVN, unknown life cycle phase MVN. Okay, we'll just one check because the time is going to take some time. We'll pause for few seconds. So yeah, I have just got back. Yeah, actually I have clicked on run application, so it started running. Might be some like loading issue. Might be it was not unable to identify it. Yeah, I think I have cleaned it. So okay, so before that I have added the index.html file, and here we can see, right, my first application Tomcat started on 8080, and yeah, so now just go and we'll run the this on the local host. We'll see like what the exact output is going to get it. So here I try to run it, and yeah, here you can see how I am giving the demo. So now it is able to identify it. So here we can see, right, like the thing which I have written in the index.html file, we have got it exactly what we have written. So let now understand the a simple basic REST API, so that it will be give some good knowledge, basic understanding of it. So yeah, let me go here, and here I will go and create a controller. Like let us try to create a class. So here I will be creating one class, like in order to give the demo. So we'll give the demo on like basic addition of two numbers by using the REST API. Okay, so calculator, so controller will give it as like here we can do first without doing controller and all those things. Let us only just do in only one class actually. Let us only give, yeah, like the basic REST API, so that it will be understanding at the beginning stages. Okay, calculator class. Okay, and I have selected the calculator class. Okay, I'm going to click on finish. So here we got a calculator class. So first, in order to identify like the this class by using the @rest controller. So it is going to, whenever we try to hit the URL, so it is like the endpoint. So it is going to, like, whenever you use the @rest controller, so and when we give the some endpoint, it is going to identify it. So by using @rest controller, here we are actually going to by using REST controller, it is going to create the bean for us. So it is just like identifying the endpoint. It acts as like an endpoint. So let us click on Control Shift O, like to get the imports. Okay. So yeah, I have created the REST controller. So in order to give like understand this, like we use the Postman. Okay. Until now, let's go to the code. Yeah, now go here. Yeah, so we'll try to do. Yeah, we'll create one method like add method and yeah, public add. Okay, I think it's fine. So here we'll return int, right? So we'll give like public int add. So here we would be using the @request body. So yeah, or else like not the request body, since like we are not using any other class, right, to convert them into the from JSON object to the from string from JSON to the Java object. So we'll use the request param here. Request param here you give as int num1 and you give same as the request param. Param num2 num2. So let us control shift O. Yeah, here we got one error. Request param 2. Okay, so here why we are using request param, we'll be knowing here like once we start doing. So here we'll return, yeah, return, we'll do like return num1 plus num2. num2, yeah, it's fine. So we need to get, right, so we are going to use the annotation called @get mapping. Do Control Shift O, and here we add the URL like endpoint. What is the thing it has to identify? So we'll add like /add. So yeah, this is the like basic we have basic addition we are going to perform it. So REST controller, when we open, right, if you go here and do function F2, sorry, actually it is function F3. So here you can see, right, so whenever we try to hover and open the REST controller, we are having the controller and the response body. So REST controller is the combination of controller plus response body, and the main difference between the REST controller and the controller is, so REST controller gives the response in the JSON format, whereas the controller class gives the response, it returns the response in the HTML or the JSPs, in the JSPs. So like in the very like old technologies, in the like maybe in currently existing projects as well, like they will be using a direct controller, but that is like older version. So this REST controller is a combination of controller and the response body, so which we are going to get the response like in the JSON. So let's go to the calculator class, and I have declared the REST controller, and here we are using get mapping, and here I am going to here we are using the request param annotation. So it is about, so this request param as like in num1, and here we have the request parameter num2, and we are going to return the once we will see here like what is the request param, what it is saying. So request params map to the, so it is going to request param, like it is going to map the query parameters from data, like whatever we are going to give the params in the URL, so it is going to identify it and it is going to map it, and going to get that values, like binding that values into these fields, like mapping those values, if is the correct terminology, like mapping that values, like what are the values you are going to give in the URL, it is going to map that values with this num1 and num2. So let us go to the Postman and we'll see will we get any response or not, or we have done any mistake. Okay, yeah, let's go here, and yeah, I already actually added before, so yeah, we'll try to run it. Actually it is the get mapping, so here what we are doing is the get mapping, so we just need to want to get the data, right? So we'll just try to we are trying to insert the data of the num1 and num2, so we'll try to add okay, localhost 8080 slash add question mark, right? Add question mark num1 equals to the 10 and num2 equals to the num1 and num2 equals to the 20. So here we have given post, and here we are like passing, so there is request param is going to identify this num1 and going to map the value num1 as 10 and num2 as 20, the fields like we have given in that body. So let us try to send the request, since we are already running the application, so we have no issues. Let us go and just let's try to run. Here actually we have got an issue. Okay, here it is saying like slash add, but don't, we have not added. Okay, here the mistake which we have done is like we are doing their post and we are trying to do the get mapping. So let us try to use here post mapping. Like when we use the post mapping and when we use the get mapping, so if you want to create a resource, so at that time like we can go for the post mapping. So we'll just do a simple post mapping here, and again yeah, we'll just try to run it. Yeah, yes, we got it, the output as 10 plus 20 30. So here what happening internally is, whenever we try to hit this in the Postman, whenever we try to hit this URL, so it is going to identify it in the localhost application where there is add, so it is going to find it, and this REST controller is going to tells us like this is the endpoint we are having, so it is going to take care of this. So slash add, it is going to find it, and from there it map these values, and here we'll do the mathematical operation, it is going to return it. And now yeah, this entire addition perform is done, and here we are returning, right, like it is a return type as int, and here we are returning the value, and whenever we try to hit it, and we are getting the response as 30. So we'll just try to use here post, and here so it is, see here you can see, right, so it is going to map, here it is mapping the values num1 10 and num2 as 20. So here we can use get. Let us see what is going to happen if we write to get mapping. So we just need to only get the right. So get mapping is like if you want to get some data, then we can use the get mapping there. So the name itself it's saying like, right, get mapping. So by using this annotation as get mapping, you just get me the data. So here we'll go here, and here use the here these are the different methods, get, post, and post is like if you want to create entire resource, we can go for post, and for get annotation, here get method we will be using like if you want to get the data, and delete is for the deleting the and delete the data, and put if you want to update the entire data, you can go for the put, and patch if you want to only modify one or two fields, like not the entire data, so like partially modifying the data, partially updating the data, then we go for patch. So I have now click on get, and if I try to click on send, let us see what is going to happen. So here we can see here when we try to use the get, here it is saying like the path slash add is like not found, so it is not able to identify it. Whenever we use the get mapping slash add, it's not going to identify it. We'll just try to run. Yeah, yes, now it's we are getting, actually got some issue. I think it is not loaded. So here we are getting the data 10 plus 20, and we'll try to change some value here, like some 30. We'll add 40. Yeah, here we got it 40 10. So post mapping, whenever we try to use the post mapping, and whenever we try to use get mapping, so we are going to get the result. So whenever you use the post mapping, here we are it is like the main advantage, like the main use is like if you want to resource, if you want to create a new resource, then we can go for the post mapping. And by default, like if you run in the here URL, and here we will be only having like get. I will try to run in the URL here. Let us see like what happens. So I will try to go here and copy this, and yeah, we'll do let's see, here we got right 40. Since we are getting is because like since we have added get, suppose like if we are not added here, if we added here post, like it's not going to identify it actually. If we, since like it is able to only identify the get mapping only, because like if you open here Control Shift I inspect, and here we'll be having only at the rate get method actually, so that it is only going to get the that value. Okay, source console network. So if you go to network, it's fine. Here we can see actually okay, it's fine. Okay, let me think here having some steps actually in order to show you that get method. The sources we are having actually console. Okay, it's fine. So if I try to add okay, that's fine. Okay, this is the entire like basic application REST API, where we are doing the basic mathematical operation, and giving the demo of like performing the two numbers, like a addition of the two numbers. Okay, so let us now try to what we'll be doing now is like now we'll let understand like without like passing the values here in the URL, we'll pass the values in the JSON format here, and get that values, and we'll return the values. Let us see like how can we do that. So now, since like we are now here passing the values actually, but we just need to we can pass the values in the request body in the JSON format. by without like even adding this here. So let us now do the, so in order to do that, if you want to do like that, we will go here. We can use the at the rate request body, and it is going to get that the values, and whenever you use the at the rate request body, the rate request body, control shift O, request body. Okay, just saved. Now it is start running. So let us do here the calculation. So here we have got the right in the, so let us not add here. So, so now what we are doing here, we are doing the get, and here we have the other get mapping, and here we are doing other request body, and we are not passing that values in the URL, and now we are going to hit that or not. Let us check. So here I have added like num1 as 10 and num2 as 15. I think these are previous values, so okay, it's fine. Since so these are the things like which we have written data in the JSON format, like opening and closing floor brackets, and giving them the fields in the string, in the literals, in the double quotations, and giving those values. Okay, like if since like they are integers, here we have given them as like integers. So if it is a string, and here we need to give in the double quotations. So now let us try to run and send the request. Here we got one issue. So JSON token, what it is saying, JSON is parse error num1, bad request. Why this happened? Okay, the request body, it's fine. The request body num2, it's fine. So here we have got one issue. Actually JSON parse cannot be deserialize value of int, cannot deserialize value of int from object value token JSON token dot start object. So what it is saying exactly is JSON parse error cannot deserialize value of int. Basically it cannot deserialize int from object value. Here we have taken is a params is like nothing. Here we are taking body as a JSON, right? JSON is fine, and we have given the localhost. Error, it's saying like it's a bad request. Let's try to run one more time. What is issue causing for it? Let us go the example like which I have done before previously. Let us see once like what is issue causing it. Here actually we have doing like created that okay, got it. Let me ask like ChatGPT like why it is not why I'm having issue, like can't I declare like at the rate request body num1 and num2. Let me copy this code. Like it is saying like the issue is it's not what the issue is saying exactly is, so cannot deserialize value of type int from object value. So at the rate request body it's going to convert the JSON value into the Java object, but here we have having the primitive data types, right, like which are not like the Java objects. So it is I think saying the same thing, cannot deserialize the value of type int from object value, like from JSON string to like it is unable to convert the Java object. So let us check once like what exactly also it is saying here. Is this correct? No, this code is not correct. You cannot use at the rate request body or multiple parameters like this. Okay, right? Yeah. So yes, that's what it's saying. Whenever if you want to do like that, we can use the at the rate path variable or at the rate request param. But if you want to use the at the rate request body, we need to create a separate class. And here you can see, right, actually it is defining the DTU object. Okay, let us do like that. So the conclusion here is, so if you want to iterate request body, this should be definitely a Java object, definitely. So how can we do that? Okay, let us go to the, I have one dot actually here. Do I have, whenever I created the request class, where is the, yeah, here I have to repose a class. Do I declared any annotation here, like in order to identify? So we actually have not there declared. Okay, okay, it's fine. Okay, it's fine. So let's create one class, as it's seen before, like class as Pojo class. So we'll say like the class as like add numbers, and here we go, and here we have finish. So if you open, so we'll try to add two numbers here, int num1 comma int num2. Okay, it's fine. So here we need to do the getters and setters. So actually we can overcome that by using the Lombok library, where we don't require, actually by using the Lombok dependency we can overcome all those things, but first let us try to implement in general, like how we do at the starting stages. So we'll click on generate. Here we got the getters and setters. Okay, it's fine. Okay, and here we go to the calculator class, and here we are going to view as a direct request body. What are the class names? Add numbers, add numbers. So here if I do the add numbers, here I am getting as like this, return add numbers. So here we are now where like returning the what actually have given here in the controller class. Okay, here we are just only returning as the sum, right? So in sum, like here we are just doing the taking that values, and we just need to return that, right? So as we are seeing here, we'll go here. What exactly it's showing, like one cannot be resolved to a variable. It's saying like just sum equals to the num1 plus num2. So it's not even identifying it, those values, return sum. So why it's not identifying? Do you not save the class? Yeah, save the class, it's fine, no issue with them. We'll go to calculator class. So what it's exactly saying is like it's not identifying the those classes. So what the ChatGPT has given for is, yeah, here we see like one exactly like how it has done using the path variable, fine. But here we just want to do using the request body. Okay, here we need to get right. Yeah, sorry, I got it now actually. Yeah, so actually here we are having, this is the reference variable, and if you want to get that numbers means like here we need to do add numbers dot, right? Yeah, there is a one thing I have, like basic thing. uh, Let me do. Okay, here we need to get right that numbers. Add numbers dot num1 plus, here we'll see like exactly add numbers dot num1. Okay, plus add numbers dot dot num2. So here we are getting, actually here we can get num1. Yeah, since like we need to get, right? So here actually use only num1, so we'll use get num2 here. Here use the get num1. So here we are going to return that sum, and we'll check now here like what exactly is going to happen. Okay, the few things now I just came to know, like yeah, here you can't directly do like how we have done in the at the rate request parent the path variable, like simply passing like number, since like these are present in the add the numbers, and here we are going to get those numbers, right, by doing like this. So it is going to convert that numbers like which we have given in the postman, convert that, and it is going to get that values, and here it is going to return the sum. So let us go to postman and let us go and click on send. Now we should get the response. Yes, here we can see, right, 10 15. So we got the sum, like here we only got the like sum, response, like the sum of these two values. Okay, if I go here, yeah, here you can see, right, add numbers dot get num1 plus num2. So here we are going to get the sum for us. So this is the basic REST API, where by using other class, like we are creating, like this is like Pojo class, where we are creating the fields in it, and we are going to bind that here, and we are going to use those values. Since like these are present in the add numbers class, and here we are going to get it. So the request body is taking care of all this. Let us try to once open this the request body. What it is saying exactly is okay, bound annotation indicated a method parameter should be bound to the body of web request. The body of the request is passed through an HTTP message converter to resolve the method argument depending on the content type of the request. Optionally, automatic validation can be applied. Okay, optionally, automatic validation can be applied by annotating the argument with @valid. Okay, so here we'll try to once the function f3. We'll go the instrumentation. It is saying like okay, whether body content is required, boolean required default true. So whenever we need whenever we are going to give the request body annotation, it is saying like required is the default true, so we should the body should be present. Okay, it's fine. Okay, let's go to the calculator class. Okay, let me stop for 1 second. Yeah, I'm back. Okay, yeah, so like I have prepared like what are the things exactly I should give the demo, because it would be not knowing like if I could not prepare anything, it will be giving something. So all the things like will went wrong. So I have to give the demo on request path. So sorry, yeah, the request param path variable is done. We use the index.html. Okay, and we have done this. Yeah, and explained about Spring integration as well. And yeah, now we can go with the bean annotation. So like what is this exactly, and now we'll deal with the dependency injection as well. So like what is this dependency injection and what are the types of it. Okay, let's go to the class. So now we have created the basic REST API and we have got the output, and now we'll see the what is bean annotation, how can we do that, and the other thing is like dependency injection and its types. So if you want to just like know about the dependency injection, there are basically mostly like used two types of dependency injection. The first thing is setter or the like field injection, and the second thing is auto wire injection. So these are the constructor injection. First thing is the field injection. So field injection can be done by using @autobyte, and the second thing is constructor injection, where we can create the constructor, and within that constructor we declare the class to be created, which we wanted, and there we define, within that constructor we define that, and it is going to take care of it. So the one thing is, whenever we use the rest controller, here you can see the bean is going to create, the Spring is going to create the bean for us. If I go here, calculator class, if I do here and if I do control here, let us see whether, like, is there anything present. So let me go backward. Actually, I'm not able to get it. Actually, should get, but anyway, it's fine. So we have not just called the class, right? So let's try to actually run it. Otherwise, how could we be knowing? So yeah, let us try to run here once. So we got the press 25, fine. We'll go here. Again, it came here. Okay, it's like only it's starting the application, and okay, here we should be get like the bean for the class, calculator class, since because the rest controller has the red component, so that rest controller has the controller, and with that we will be having a red component. If I do function f3, sorry, here you go, here we have controller, and if we go to the controller, uh, here we have the component. So these are, there are like these are the stereotypes actually. Whenever like someone will ask like what is the stereotype annotation, so these are the, like I will say, like what are the stereotype annotations: component, rest controller, service, repository, configuration. So these are the stereotype annotations. So like specific annotation will be using like for the specific purpose. So if you use the rest controller, so it is going to connect with the UI, and it is going to give the endpoints. And in the, if you use service annotation, there will be by using the generation, so we are like saying the user, like whenever who someone if comes and sees the code, if they found like a great service, so here they are writing some like business logic in this, so they can understand right easily. And whenever we declare the repository annotation, so it is there will be doing mainly like SQL operations, like it will be connecting with the database and will be performing the SQL queries. So these are the mainly like three annotations that comes under this stereotype, and we'll be having a direct configuration annotation as well. So if you want to use the configure annotation, like for the default classes, we'll be using the configure annotation. So let us go to the so now let us create one. What shall we do now is okay. Let us create a service. Oh, actually, the power has got low. I should fastly put the charging, otherwise it's going to shut down. Then the thing is going to waste it. Yeah, I got the power back. Yeah, I have just put the power plug in. Yeah, let's go to the class. Yeah. So now let's create the service. Like since by directly only, like, see, the controller should not at all give any response actually, so there is not a good way of coding. So it just controller only just connects with the like UI, and it takes the request, and it's going to call the service class, and the service class is going to call the DAO. So that is how the flow should be there, the application flow should be there. So like here whatever doing here is we just written here. So controller here, like it should not give any output, so it should give this data to the UI. So it should ask the, we should write the business logic in the service layer, okay, without like in the, not in the controller. Here if I see in the one basic example that I have done, here you can see, right, in DTO here did I, okay, I have created only DTO. In service IMPL, here you can see, here I have yeah, written the basic logic, right. Here we are writing the business logic of the class. So we should not simply write the business logic in the controller. So let's go here and let's try to create the calculator service. So the calculator class, Spring is going to create the bean for us, for us. So now let us create a calculator service, new class, calculator. Get service. So here we go. Yes, I have created the calculator service. So here we are going to define as @service. So yeah, into control check is fine. Yeah. So the thing is here, the bean is going to create for us, and so here comes the concept of the dependency injection, right? So we'll be seeing, yeah, here. So here we are writing the, actually here we'll be writing the business logic, right? So here we need to return that value. So we go to the controller calculator class. Here we should not do anything. Instead we should call the suppose in one class, if you want to use the methods in other class, what we'll be doing generally is, like we'll be creating the object, right, for the class, and from that object we call those methods. So same here, what we'll be doing is, before that we need to create object, right? Like suppose some method, some person class is there, and we want to create object, we will be doing like person a equals new person, right? So we just don't need that things here. So Spring Boot is going to take care of that. But by using the dependency injection, like we can call those reference those objects, and we can inject in our class and call those methods, like what are the required in the present class, in the required class. Okay. So what shall be doing here is, here we'll just we'll remove this. Here we'll do auto wiring, auto configuration, private calculator service. Okay, and here if I use the auto wire, so if we do the control space, we'll be getting the water thing. So here we have the auto white. So here we'll be using the auto white. So yeah, we have got it, and here we'll be calling that calculator service dot. So since here it is asking to return some value, that is why we are going through some error. It's fine, let us try to do it later. So we'll call that method, okay, control service dot add numbers. Since this method is not present actually, so we are going to create it, no issue, add numbers. So why it's yeah. We are going to do like this. Sorry, I have copied different one. Add numbers. So here it is saying like add numbers, create a method. So let us create a method. Okay, public void add numbers, it's fine. now it has to return right this value, so we'll doing here as int, not void, since we need to pass that to the controller. So here, yeah, add numbers int. Here what we'll be doing is we'll be doing like same how we have done previously. Int sum equals to the num1 dot num1 dot here we are not getting, okay, sorry, here we are having add numbers, right? Okay, sorry, we are passing the variable as add numbers, the dot, okay, here waiting get num1 and add numbers dot get num2. Okay, sorry, num2. So here we'll return some value, return as sum, right? No issue. Here we are having the return, and here we are doing the business logic. Let me check here once in the calculate controller. So yeah, here actually we have done the, we just calling that, right, int sum, and yeah, okay, I just want to check here once the service class. So yeah, int sum equals, okay, fine, no issue. So the thing is here we are getting the sum here, and it is going to return that int value. So this calculator class, so whatever when we call this, it is going to that value, right? So it is going to get that value. So here we put is like int sum, because we need to store that value, and here we are going to return that value. Or else like if you put add, it's fine, add, sorry, it's void, it's fine, so that we will be printing that value, system.out.println. The better way of coding is in like real-time projects or the applications, we never use the system.out.println mostly. Rather we should use the log statement. So how to do that, and what is the advantage when compared with the log.info, when compared with the system.out.println, when you compare with the log, like what is the advantage, let's see. So but before that, if you want to use the logger, and if you want to use the log, Spring Boot has the default SL4J logger, SLF4J logger. So we just not required any dependencies, we can directly use it. It is providing us by default. So I didn't remember the syntax, but we'll take from here, which I have done already in previous. So yeah, let's go to the since like in the controller class I just need to do, right? So yeah, here I have written actually private static final logger equals to the logger factory dot. So in like in which class we can in which class we can need to do the logs. So but if you want to, if there are n number of classes, and for every class if you want to declare that logger, and it is like the code is repeating, right? And by using there is annotation provided by Lambok, so that we are like not required like to declare in all the classes like to use the logger statement. There we can use log.info directly without writing the statement by using that annotation. So that is what all key things plays major role in a Spring Boot. So here we'll be using org.slf4j logger. Here we click on finish. Since it is the different class name, calculator, it is controller actually, calculator dot class. What is the issue? Okay, I have written calculator class dot class. Oh my god, it's fine. So here here what it is saying, it is going to create a method add number service in the calculate service. But let us see why it is having, we have the add numbers. Yeah, here I have the add numbers, we have not saved, that is the reason. Okay, fine. So, okay, here what we will do is we'll do log.info statement, logger dot info. So here we'll do sum is, right, sum is plus. Okay, sorry, something is missing here. I have written the double pluses. Okay, sorry. Okay, some, right, fine, no issue. Logger.info. Here we are delegating. So we are not doing 6.sysout. Let us see the difference actually when we try to use this sysout and the, it's like not good way of practicing the code, because it gives the, whenever you use the log statement, like it gives the extra information exactly like what is happening. So it is useful for like while debugging the code, while taking the logs, and whenever the issue will get, so it would be helpful, like where exactly it's going to like show us where the class is exactly, what is the class is exactly, name, all those things. So let's try to print here as well some. Okay, we'll write some statement here in sysout statement, in sysout statement. Okay, fine, no issue. Statement. Okay, and the thing is here sysout statement. Okay, fine. So we'll be printing that, and here okay, we are just only doing the like this, no issue. Let's try to do. Okay, yeah, we have done it, and here we have done the dependency injection, which is the one of the type is at the rate auto-white, that we can, that is like this is the field injection. So by doing this, like we are here nowhere we are doing calculator service. If you want to actually call the add numbers present in the calculator service, how can we do? Like in normal ways, calculator service equals to new calculator service, and from that with this reference we will be calling that numbers, right? But here nowhere we are using the new keyword. So that is where like the Spring is creating for us all the things, the bean creation. So like what is the Spring Bean? Means like the object that is managed by the Spring, that is managed by the Spring, like IOC container. So all these are present in the IOC container. So the object that is managed by the Spring is called the like Spring Bean, Spring IOC, like that is managed by Spring IOC. Inversion of control, like where we are not controlling it, Spring is controlling it, right? Like Spring is creating the objects actually for us. So we are injecting like that we have a calculator service bean, and I just want to use it here. So we are injecting that by using @auto-white annotation, and we are going to call that method required for us. So we have done that. Let us go to the Postman. So here we have used like one concept like which we have learned is @auto-white annotation. This is the set field injection. The other way is the constructor injection. So constructor injection is more efficient than the setter injection. Let us see several reason. Might be like whenever we use the constructor injection, the object will be created whenever the constructor is called, right? Let me ask one ChatGPT, like what is the constructor injection, setter injection, which is better? For field injection, preferred over field injection for several reasons. So yeah, involves passing dependency into class by its constructor. Like okay, it is saying like benefits of constructor injection: dependencies are final because they are set only once at construction, making them immutable. Okay, easier testing. Since dependencies are injected at construction, there is less risk of encountering null pointer exception. Okay. Final field does not allow final fields. Okay, difficult testing, hidden dependencies. Okay, when to use each constructor injection prefers, especially for mandatory dependency. It is the best choice for classes where dependencies must be provided for the class to function correctly. Particularly if using legacy code, yeah, legacy code, okay, class which where modifying constructor is impractical. Here, even in the cases is recommended. Where constructor is generally code is completion. Constructor injection is generally better due to its clarity, safety, and better support for testing. Field injection should be added for required dependency, but can be used for optional dependency. So I think the main purpose is, I think, one thing what he are mentioned is like when it comes to more maintainable, testable, and robust code, that's fine. One thing here I have said, right, like during the construction, yeah, they are set only one set construction, making them immutable. Okay, yeah, enforces the rule that class cannot be instantiated without its required. Yeah, here like improved design safety. Constructor injection enforces the rule that class cannot be instantiated without its required dependencies, leading to better structured code. Okay, it's fine. Okay, now let's go and hit the URL now. Let us click on get. Let us see what is going to happen. Here we didn't get anything since because like we are not even returning anything. We are just only use the void. But what comes here is, did we get anything output? Okay, here you can see, right, 25. The sum is we have added I think two numbers which are 10 and 15. 10 and 15, yeah, that's correct. So 25 we have got the instance of statement. Only here we are not even knowing like in which class we have printed this, right? So here if you go to the logger statement, here we can exactly see like in sum is 25, like in which class it is present. Like in the calculator class in the package my first example, sum is 25 is printed, and like what is the time exactly and when is the date. So all these things are getting for us, like it is going to, like if someone when check the logs, they can easily identify like okay in the calculator class they have done some perform some operation and they have got the sum. But if I check the logs and if I do only see 25 instances of statement, like one who is checking the logs, like they even didn't understand, right, like okay 25 instances of statement, but what exactly and where exactly it is happening, all these things. So it's better understanding for the user. It would be better by using the logger statements. And like in many ways, like in the production for the can use like that as well. There are like in production and in the for the testing purpose, there are different types of loggers as well. Logger.debug, logger.info. Okay, it's fine. So this is the, so let's try to return that actually. We'll try to give the int here. Try to give the int here. Okay, here we'll return some, because here in the like we are not getting any the postman the response, right? Okay, here we'll return that. Here we now send the actual the it is success. Here before we can see here the got the success, but here we not got the data actually. Return the sum. Is it not loaded? We have ran 2 times or what? Sum 25. Okay. Here we are getting success the 200. We have got the num1 num2, and here we are getting like the oh sorry sum is 25. I think we are running. Okay, here we are not even saved. That might be the reason. Sorry for that. So let's go here. Let's do now. Like it is only taking the previous values. Yeah, I just got confused. Yeah, fine. So here we are getting the return the sum as 25, right? So since because we are written the return statement. and whenever it calls this, it is going to return integer value, so we are going to return the value. And yeah, now let us understand about the uh, if you want to use the suppose there is a class that is the default, that is Java source code. If you want to create the object, we just need to create, we are required to create the object. So like Spring is not going to, because we can't modify the existing default Java code, right? Source code we can't modify. So we just need to, suppose there is a random class, actually random. So we'll just try to uh, create one new like we are not creating any package, actually it's like not good way of doing the code. Let me go here. This is the last one, so we'll give this on and we'll finish it off. Here you click on new class, will class, and we'll give as demo config. So understanding about only at the rate bean annotation and a configuration annotation. Okay, config. So here we click on finish. We'll complete fast as soon as possible. Okay, it's fine. So here if you want to use the, here we are going to use the red configuration annotation. And how are we going to do that is we just need to the return type of that class. So we'll use the random, what I had remember still for is get random. Suppose let's see, we can give the method name as anything, get random. And here I'm going to create so if I create the, we are going to create the object, but this is going to manage by the bean. Return new random. So we are just reading, so it is going to put this bean in the application context, I mean in the IOC Spring container. Okay, we will see here the red bean annotation. Fine. What is the issue? We'll see. We'll do Control Shift 4. It's fine. Yeah, we got it. And now we can go to the calculate service class, and here we can do the constructor injection here. So what we'll be doing, so here we want to use the random, right? So we'll go here, we'll do the constructor injection here. Control C, public controller V. So here we do. So what is the constructor injection? Here is private random. We'll just print some random number like that. So in order to demo the, like for the default like Java source codes demo of the other rate pin annotation, into Control Shift O. And yeah, here what we'll be doing is we'll be passing these values. There is another type, that is dependency lookup. So where we need to, so we need to call that. Here we are getting actually, but in the dependency lookup we need to ask it. Here it is going to give us, whereas in the dependency lookup where we need to call the object, right? That is the one thing. We'll see. Is dot random equals to the random. Now what is happening, we'll see now. So here we'll add one number. Okay, random dot, I didn't remember the exact code. Like you can use the random and call that one method. We'll see like what is that random dot get num or get something like that. What is that? I think he is used in the controller. Sorry, calculate service. Yeah, here you used and here into random dot next int. Yeah. Okay, random dot next int. So within this up to within these numbers you print any of the number, random number. So it give like a int some number or fine, int num equals to the, it's fine. So we'll do here log.info instead of sys.statement. So here we don't have declared log.info set, so we'll copy from the calculator class. Same statement, right? So no issue. Some system is getting lagged. Control C. So calculate service. We'll do here this statement. Final, and here we go logger.info. Logger.info, and we print the num. We are getting a error. Why? Because see, this is a different class, and here we are declared as a calculator class. That is the issue. So we'll change here to calculate service. Now okay, everything good, all fine, but still we are getting why. What is the reason? Calculator service, no issue. We are not using okay. What it is saying exactly? Logger.info, what it's saying? Change type of num to string. Okay, sorry, like we can only print the, okay, I got it. Exactly the same. Num plus, no, yeah, because like it is going to like same as sysout statement, but it should has a string. What is, if I do again once, undo this, let's see like what it is saying exactly is, here it is wanting, like it's just want like the type of num to be string actually, so that's why we are getting issues. So let's try to put num in string, we'll print that value num plus. Okay, now we'll just do final once. Go to Postman, we have saved, right, everything. See here we can see like the advantage of it. It is running whenever we try to do the changes using the dependency maven tool. So now let's go here and click on send. We got output as 25. That's nice. So here we can see num is 71, which is like a random number that is generated, and here we can see, yeah, here also the sum as like 25, like the sum of the two numbers, like which is in the calculator class we returned it. And yeah, okay, and this is the location. Okay, like if the object is created or not, if you want to check it, means like how can we do that? So in the calculator service, if we do some statements, so let us do some such statement or use like logger is also fine. Logger dot in can we use here like this? Let us see. Dot info, I am in service class. Okay. Okay, let's try to save now. We'll see exactly. Get started reloading. Okay, go here and click on send. We'll see now. You just need to print, right? Yeah, in sysout statement. Okay, it's fine. Here we need to get one. What we need to get is, yeah, how, yeah, how are we knowing, like, see, the constructor is going to be called when we create the object, right? So here we will be knowing, see, yeah, here I am in service class. This is like, see, the spring is creating the object for us. Here if you can see the calculator service, here you can see, right? So the spring is created, because like without object creation, see, the constructor is called only when we create the object, right? So all these is done by the Spring Boot for us. And see, in general, if you want to do this, how can we doing it? How we will be doing is like if you want to use the default class random a equals to new random. I will show you. Without using that means like without using the thread bin annotation and the configuration, if we go to the random a equals to the new random. Okay, sorry. Random. Okay, see here we are creating object and how it came is like okay. So a dot. So here we call the a dot next int. A dot next int. We don't have any proposals. Okay. A dot next int here you can see that So we are all reducing this boilerplate code, right? We are not creating the object by using random equals new random. Here how we have done using a red bean annotation and making that method of the bean of the random in configuration class, like creating the making the annotation as a red configuration, and from there we are going to by using the dependency injection. I mean like we are we are declaring it here. So and like we are calling right here in random equation. We are doing actually dependency injection, but we are just here we are declaring it like private random. So we are going to get that the object, the bean is created by the Spring Boot for us, like when we do the annotations of use of those annotations. Yeah, try to put comment. Let me see here once how exactly is done in the. So yeah, fine. So here like for the default classes, like we are not required like here actually we are doing by the uh, constructor injection, right? Like in the types of the types of dependency injection, there are two types, right? One is constructor injection, other is field injection. So here we are doing the actually constructor injection. That is how like we are not doing the auto-write. Yes, we can still do that, but this is like a demo like how to use the constructor injection. Yeah, and this is the overall things which I have planned to give the demo. And yeah, this is the yes, that's it. And yeah, I will give the demo on the topics. I'll plan it and exactly what should I give on the things like which I need to give the demo. Mainly like I will give the demo on the this project structuring and all those things. That's it for today. And yeah, thank you all. Have a great day. Thank you. Let me stop this. Stop the recording. It's almost 1 hour. Thank you all.